Ever find yourself diving into a marathon of your childhood cartoons? Like somehow Tommy Pickles or Yakko Warner are pulling you back into your living room?
It's not just nostalgia, it's science. Our brains actually link what we see on screen to past emotions. Researchers say nostalgia arises when current sensory data, like what you watch on TV, matches past emotions and experiences.
So every Rugrats rerun or Animaniacs theme song we play is tapping into memories?
Exactly. It's like hitting the play button on Good Times from years ago. And that feeling is powerful. Some experts even call nostalgia a shield against anxiety.
A shield? So our old cartoons are protecting us?
Kinda. But more on that in a bit. For now, what happens when comfort turns into a craving? We're drawn to our old cartoons because they literally match past feelings in our brain, acting like a comforting shield. Teaser time. The 90s animation boom was huge. Remember Nickelodeon's Nicktoons launch in 1991? Shows like Do, Rugrats, and Ren knew and became instant hits.
Right. Rugrats alone ran for 9 seasons because parents and kids loved it. Nickelodeon was everywhere. Slime, cartoons, and a network carved out just for kids.
Nickelodeon even buried a time capsule in 1992, stuffed with pop culture gems. One item was a jar of Nickelodeon gack. The Washington Post famously called that green slime a strangely addictive substance. It was the 90s. Anything could be super gloppy.
And not to be outdone, Warner Bros. And Fox had their gems too. Take Batman, the animated series 1992. It was so groundbreaking that it won multiple Emmys for animation and writing. Who knew a cartoon Batman could be award-winning?
Exactly. The 90s weren't your grandpa's cartoons. They were witty, bold, and even a bit edgy. Spielberg was behind Animaniacs, 1993, giving us zany siblings Yakko, Rocko, and Dot. To prove nostalgia never dies, Hulu rebooted Animaniacs in 2020 with all 99 original episodes.
So 90s cartoons weren't just kids' fluff. They were cultural events, shaping our entire generation. But why does that matter now?
The 1990s saw a cartoon renaissance. From Rugrats and Ren's Stimpy on Nickelodeon to Spielberg's Animaniacs and even an Emmy-winniacs and even an Emmy-winning Batman, these shows were part of our childhood identity, creating strong nostalgic hooks.
Quick question. After a hard day, what's better than reruns of a feel-good cartoon? They're like a warm blanket.
Indeed, many of us rewatch cartoons to ground ourselves. An ASU columnist said, rewatching old cartoons bring up feelings associated with happiness and comfort, reminding us we can move past worries.
That makes sense. Cartoons have these very predictable story arcs. Good guys win, silly songs, no heartbreak or bills. For example, Sailor Moon's story is always trials and tribulations with an ultimate victory, giving a safe, no-stress ending.
And there's always an optimistic theme. Kids' cartoons love to show a better tomorrow after every cartoon adventure. This constant positivity is like emotional Prozac.
Also, knowing every villain of the week gets handled by sunset is reassuring. It's no wonder a chaotic world feels a bit calmer when old-tune heroes are on duty.
Exactly. These shows are like comfort food for our minds. Predictable, safe, and cheery. Childhood cartoons comfort us with familiarity, happy endings, and optimistic stories. They simplify life so we can decompress and forget our stresses, if only for 30 minutes. Ready for some brain talk? Promise we'll keep it fun. Here's the scoop. Nostalgia lights up the brain's reward system.
According to researchers, nostalgic viewing actually releases dopamine, the same feel-good chemical in your brain that gets released when you eat chocolate or win a game. Every time our favorite cartoon memories surface, it's like the brain is giving us a little gift.
Excited, and get this, neuroimaging shows 2 major brain areas kick in during nostalgia, the memory center and the reward center. So it's like your brain says, I remember this, I like this, let's do it again.
Plus, Nostalgia filters out a lot of negativity. One study found that reminiscing actually dials down the bad stuff in your mind, making us as happy as possible. It's like cartoon reruns automatically mute the world's problems for us.
That explains why, after a full day of chaos, one episode of Animaniacs can leave us sitting there grinning about lunchtime. Our brains are literally rewarding us for those childhood vibes. Science says nostalgia is neurologically real. Our old cartoons trigger memory and reward centers and flood our brain with dopamine, making us feel good and happier by definition.
Guess what? You're not the only one cashing in on cartoon comfort. TV and movie studios are too.
Nostalgia has become a huge trend. Remember how Hulu revived Animaniacs? In 2020, all 99 episodes were made available because they knew fans would come running.
Nods, or networks like Nickelodeon launching the Splat to re-air 90s classics for grown-up millennials, and Disney dusted off DuckTales and DuckTales 2. Uncle Scrooge would be proud.
Even movie studios play the nostalgia card. Look at all the reboots and sequels, from Ghostbusters to Power Rangers. 2019's Ghostbusters. Afterlife was basically built to make kids of the 80s feel like kids again.
Heck, streaming giants rely on it. Netflix knows that if they release a new season of a beloved animated show, people binge the old seasons first. It's a nostalgia goldmine.
Basically, nostalgia sells. And we happily buy a ticket, or at least click subscribe. Today's media industry knows nostalgia is money. Classic shows get reboots or streaming revivals, like Animaniacs, and we lap them up. Nostalgia is everywhere on our screens.
Here comes the loaded question. Is loving these cartoons addictive, or just normal fun? We've been called grandma for watching Inspector Gadget on repeat.
It can feel a bit like an addiction. That dopamine high from nostalgia is real. You might say cartoons are like a happy drug, albeit a harmless one.
Winning. Cartoon crack, anyone? But in all seriousness, while we joke there's actually no clinical addiction label, it's more like a really strong, comforting habit.
And habits aren't always bad. Nostalgia can actually strengthen us. It provides continuity. As one researcher put it, remembering our past made people feel good about themselves and their relationships. It gives us roots.
So, rewatching Rugrats or Animaniacs isn't likely to ruin your life, but it might ruin your sleep schedule.
Laughs. In the end, nostalgia offers a net positive. When life is stressful, it's a healthy escape that boosts our mood rather than a harmful addiction.
Just watch out for midnight cartoon binges if you've got work tomorrow.
Nostalgia can feel as irresistible as a drug, but science treats it as a positive one. Instead of breaking us, revisiting 90s cartoons generally makes us stronger and happier, not weaker.
What a wild ride through our childhood TV. We learned that nostalgia really can feel like a comfort drug. Our brains reward us for watching those old shows. We saw how 90s cartoons were a cultural revolution and how rewatching them is more science than silliness.
If there's a final lesson, it's this. Loving our old cartoons doesn't make us weird. It makes us human. Nostalgia connects us to who we were and gives us strength now. Plus, they're fun.
Thanks for tuning into this animated adventure. We hope you enjoyed the show as much as we loved making it.
Cheerful. If this episode brought back good memories or taught you something cool, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and share it with fellow cartoon lovers. We've got plenty more content coming your way.
And keep those cartoons rolling. Your brain will thank you. See you next time.